One Piece is currently covering the events of Egghead Island, and we are incredibly excited to see Oda tackle the climax of this amazing arc. Right now, all the major fights that are going to be taking place on Egghead have already been set up, and one of the most intriguing ones that we are very excited about is between Lucci and Zoro. We already know that these are two of the most powerful fighters on Egghead, and their fight will certainly be one that lights up the finale of this arc. Much to the surprise of us, Lucci versus Zoro is still continuing, and while fans expected Zoro to finish him off quickly, they have been surprised by how tough the CP0 agent has proven to be. Lucci versus Zoro certainly did have quite a lot of buildup behind it. When the Straw Hat Pirates met the CP0 agents on Egghead, it was clear for us to see that Lucci would not be able to pose any kind of threat to Luffy at all. Luffy had now ascended to the level of a Yonko, and for him taking down someone like Lucci was easy work. This was demonstrated when Lucci fought against Luffy refusing to acknowledge his level of strength. However, he was soon given a reality check by Luffy when he used the power of Gear 5 against him. Even though Luffy did not rely on the power of Conqueror's Haki infusion, he was able to deal with Lucci effortlessly. His attacks were strong enough to almost make him lose consciousness, and he would have lost a battle in just a handful of blows had the fight continued. Even without Luffy going all out, Lucci was largely struggling against him and wasn't even able to land a single hit on him, which just goes to show his inferiority. Lucci was better suited to fight against Zoro, even though CP0 collaborated with the Straw Hat Pirates for quite a while. When the Marines launched their offensive against the pirates, Lucci decided to go for the kill against Vegapunk in order to finish his job as smoothly as possible. Unfortunately for him, Stussy was the one who stood in his path, and then Zoro decided to take him on in combat. The two quickly engaged in combat in the lava phase outside the laboratory. Ever since then, they have been fighting, and we are incredibly excited to see the battle continue. Both Zoro and Lucci are powerful fighters, and when it comes to the Straw Hat Swordsman, we already know that he is easily among the strongest characters in the entire series at the moment. Zoro has taken his swordsmanship to the next level already. He accomplished this during the Wano Country arc when he was given access to Enma, a powerful sword that drains Haki. Thanks to Enma, Zoro ended up awakening both his advanced grade armament Haki and of course the ability to infuse Conqueror's Haki. This ended up becoming a major power-up for Zoro, and he utilized it in the battle against King properly. When he learned how to manifest this power completely, Zoro overwhelmed King after he figured out his weakness as well. His destructive power was quite great when using his King of Hell 3-sword style, but there was also the time limit that he was suffering with. Zoro's power does not last for too long, and if he is in an extended battle, then he could even end up losing his life without his enemies doing anything. So while Zoro is strong, he is not on the same level as the strongest people in the One Piece world at the moment. Zoro isn't necessarily struggling in his fight against Lucci. However, we overestimated how strong Zoro really was. Zoro is strong, however he is not on the same level as the Yonko, or even anywhere close. He's someone who barely managed to defeat a Yonko commander recently, and while he is certainly above them in terms of strength, he isn't even close to the admirals, let alone the Yonko. Zoro is somewhere between the Yonko first mate and an admiral in terms of strength. He still needs to refine his Haki further, and above all, his stamina is not good enough to put him on the same level as the likes of the admirals. When taking all that into consideration, it is clear for us to see why he is still fighting against Lucci. Lucci himself is very powerful and certainly stronger than a Yonko first mate. He might or might not be on the same level as the admirals. However, his showing against a Gear 5 proved him to be slightly inferior to the admirals. This puts him on the same level as Zoro himself. These two are likely evenly matched in combat, and even though Lucci does not have access to Conqueror's Haki, he has other abilities up his sleeve that can make up for it. Conqueror's Haki has never been the end. All and be all in One Piece, and we need to realize that. It is highly likely that Zoro will end up defeating Lucci. However, this battle will not be easy for him in the slightest. Video ends here, but what do you think? Is Zoro really that strong, or maybe we've exaggerated a bit in our minds? Let me know your opinions in the comments, and if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you with another amazing video. Until then, goodbye.